morning, everybody. Good day, good evening. Depends on when you're watching this. Welcome to Saturday Solutions. You have come to kdmoonchild's world, and I'm Katie. Welcome. You're a subscriber here. I am so glad you're back, and thank you for your support. It is everything to me and this channel. Those of you who are subscribers who don't leave comments or participate in the live, it's okay. I love you as a lurker. You're here, you watch, you give thumbs up, thumbs down. I know you're there. Thank you for being here. And if you're new here, you like what you see and what you hear, come back. And, you might want to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please, if you want to know when I'm going to be, when something else comes out I put a lot of things out, at least one video or live stream or both a week. So if you want to find out, when and what, you might want to subscribe and hit that bell. Ring that bell hard. Nice and loud, like it's your liberty. Anyway, welcome here. This card reading has, for entertainment purposes, first of all, we're just here to get some inspiration and have some fun together. Our collective energies really bring this about, and the message that we get is always interesting. Let me tell you what the cards mean, who designed the cards, and the positions, what the positions mean. First off, we have the sunset position. This is the position of the east. This is our current position. This is also our past. Okay? The next thing we look at is this over here, opposite of this. If you look at this as a cross, okay? This is our sunrise position. It is the east. It is our future. It is what we want. It's our goals and our dreams. Now, we want to know, how do we get from where we're at the sunset to the next sunrise? What do we need to do to prepare to get into that next sunrise? So, this bluish colored card underneath here is the Enchanted Map deck. Now, I didn't tell you the names of the decks of these two. I digress. This first one in the sunset position, this is the Mystical Shaman deck. Okay, it's telling us about our current situation and our past. This is our future. This is the sunrise deck. We want to know about the east. Tell us what our possibilities of the sunrise are. What are our dreams and goals? And this is the Shaman's Dream by Colette Baron Reid. Under this bluish one, now I'm back, is the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reid. And what it does, as you can tell, it's pretty worn out. It had a piece of resin on it right there, and I picked it off, and it peeled off the finish, or the print. Anyway, this is the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reid. You'll notice a theme here in the center row. What this is going to do is going to tell us how to get from here to here. How do we get from where we're at to where we want to be, basically? And what is the key to that? What's the horizon line that we need to look for in this journey of ours, on this path of ours? That is this card. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle, also by Colette Baron Reid. It is your and our awareness. If we are not aware of what the map is trying to tell us, we won't be able to quite get here. Okay? Does that make sense? Now this row is also going to tell us we have a chakra that we need to work on. That is this card here. Okay? This is the Prism Oracle by Nicole Pivarotto. Sorry. I'm not Italian and I'm terrible. I butcher names. I apologize. Beautiful deck though. Such a beautiful, simple deck. This is our chakra that's missing. That's out of balance. It needs work. Okay. We'll find out what we need to do to fix that. Okay. How to get it back humming and balanced again. So we can see that awareness that we can plug into. Okay. I'm sorry, I keep saying okay. This card is our message from Gaia, from the goddess Gaia, the goddess of the earth. She's always got a message for us. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's a slap up the back of the head. Hey, wake up. Wake up. Up here at the top, oh, and this is the southern position, which is our valleys. You know, you see hills and valleys in life as you're looking for that balanced horizon. Okay. The valleys can surprise you because you have no warning about them. Because they can be a dark night of the soul or just a time of depression, which basically is the same thing, except with Dark Night of the Soul, you're working through what made you depressed, not just being depressed. Anyway, up here at the top, message from the ancestors and angels. This is the Ancestors and Angels Oracle deck by Kyle Gray, and it is in the north and the mountains. This can be the key to surmounting obstacles. Now I want you to notice the mountain and the valley are basically the same thing. They're an obstacle that sometimes you have to go around. You cannot get to the top. Okay? Maybe on the other side, if you go around, there's a pathway to get to the top. But from where we're standing now, no. Okay? That's what these two are telling us. They cross our awareness in this reading. And then over here you have my personal deck. You can tell by the white background, there's no background. What it does is it's a message from Spirit. Spirit is going to give us a final message. Usually comes in one word. And then we get two ways to implement or use or maybe look at that word in our walk in life, in this path we're on. Then finally, I give you a bit of inspiration with the Therapets deck. So are you ready to get started? I'm sure you're tired of me yammering. Now you know what the decks are, and let's get started. The crystals, stones you see here are very much real. Okay, let's take a look at this one first. First card is our current situation. My goodness. This card is about us wanting to send little zingers of expression out. It's a 3 card. It's an arrow and it's not broken. It's not an error. We have not been in a peaceful state of mind. It's what the new moon and the full moon has been about. And this full moon, the buck moon that we just had, it's a super moon, full moon. It has a warning for us. I think it's a warning for all of mankind, definitely. We have been in fight mode, not peace. You know, the peace mode is the broken arrow. This one is very much intact. And that's our current situation. We're poised and ready to fight if we need to. I'm going to fight for what I believe in, and that's my right. Don't you dare try to take it away from me. To hell with whether it inflicts on your right. Hello? Sound familiar? Yeah. Kind of sounds like where we're at, isn't it? And it's not just in politics. I mean, it's in people's attitudes in general. Not a whole lot of peace. And the thing is, an arrow doesn't become broken in a peaceful way. It usually takes some kind of conflict or force to snap it. Is that where you want your strength? Is in there you're able to fight? Because let me tell you, even the strongest warrior gets tired. His body cannot go forever. The boldest gladiator used his brain, not his body. Because the fight ended up with him dead. Where the thinking out and strategizing usually could end up like Spartacus and earning his freedom. So when someone crosses the road in front of you without turning on their turn signals, and you get that urge to rage, breathe. Breathe. Be aware of what you're feeling, but breathe. That will make you stop and think for a few seconds before you act. Breathe. Breathe. That stirs up the embers of light here. This card is also about groups, people you hang out with. Do they suit you? Are they like-minded? Have you changed? Or has the group changed? Or both? Maybe it's time to no longer be a part of just one group. Maybe being an individual in many groups with your own drum and your own music and your own beauty. You have so much to bring to the table that way. Sometimes you'll be respected for it, and sometimes you won't. But that's beginning to bend and stress that straight arrow. Where do we want to be? If our situation is we're ready to fight, we're all poised for fight or flight. What do we want? Vanishing mirror. Ego sublimation. Do you know what's holding you back? Holding us all back? It's making us not want to let go of what's familiar. Because of what is unknown is hard, it's difficult, and it's scary. the unknown. It's your ego. It's your ego keeping you over here in this fight or flight mode. But that's okay, because right now, that's what you've known. That's what you've needed for eons to survive. This shift, this change that is here, is bringing us to where we could just limit our ego. Just shatter that mirror of self and worrying about your rights and what's right or wrong for you. You with that damned arrow that's nice and straight and true. How do you get from fight or flight mode to ego sublimitation? How do you get from being ready to fight to not being so damn focused on yourself and what is rightfully yours? Wow, how do you get from there, from being in fight or flight mode to totally rejecting fight or flight mode, basically? How do we get there? How do we get there? Look at the map. I'll turn these sideways here. That might be upside down. Anyway, yeah. The map says you have to pay attention to the details of everything. You're creating. You do have unlimited time according to your concept of time. It's not linear, it's circular, it's spiral. Like the Nautilus is over here. You need to focus on the details with complete clarity. Research things for yourself. Don't make assumptions that what someone else tells you is the truth, because it might be their truth for their walk, their journey. But you know what? That's like trying to being a woman that is 5'6" and trying to wear Shaquille O'Neal's shoes. It's not gonna. You're not gonna get very far. You might fall flat on your face. Thank you, Spirit, for that analogy. You know, you guys, I was watching on Celtic Tarot Sheila's channel yesterday. She had Lena Rodriguez, Tarot Down Under, on. And the two of them were talking about the importance of understanding, especially us as card readers. And those of you out there who are listening to us, we may not sound like we're being serious, but it's, you know, Spirit has a sense of humor just like us, because Spirit walked this earth just like us did. And I don't mean as a ghost. A lot of times our guides and people that are telling us what we're hearing in these readings are our ancestors, our moms, our grandparents, our 52nd great-grandparent. You know, it's okay. It's clarity and details. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to go into fight or flight, so you can quietly bust through that mirror of looking at yourself all the time. Yes, that served us from the time we were born until now, but there's a change coming, and it's coming in now and fast. That's what's represented in this bolt of lightning. You see it goes all the way through and is shattering that mirror. It just hasn't hit yet, but I can feel it in the air, and other readers do too. It's huge. It's huge. This shift, this change, it's going to shatter your ego. It's not going to make it die, but it's going to make it change. It's going to make it understand its position now. It doesn't get first call anymore. We're not trying to survive the lion that's hiding in the bush. Okay. And that leads us to this card, which is about our awareness. Where do you put it? It's about our awareness. It's telling you, no matter what you cannot see, you cannot see the horizon, you're in a fog, go to the sea. Go to the sea. The air may be foggy, but there's a clarity about it because you can feel the spirit of the cosmos, of the universe, watching you, seeing you clearly. Can you see the face? Seeing you clearly through that hazy, foggy horizon. So yes, your ship is also your bathtub. Relax. Make some more bubbles. Hey, you know me, I'm all about bubbles. And anyway, here we go again. All you really are, all we really are. Whether you travel on top of flow or in flow, all we are is a breath of air and a drop of water in an endless sea. Constantly moving and flowing, air and water. Around us, through us. And with that, knowing that we are being watched, we are safe. Relax. Take a look at the past, only for clarity of details. But keep your compass true and safe. While you're kicking back in that bubble bath, because you have to take care of your body as well. That is being fully aware. Knowing that you are a part of something way bigger that helps you get out of the bubbles. Limit that ego of yours, of ours. That from time to time, your body needs you to stop and slow down. Rest. If that is only with some incense, some wonderful meditation music, and a bubble bath. And yes, your favorite libation if you want to add that. That's not necessary, but if you want to add it. This card is telling you just don't be afraid. Because you need to be able to trust your assessment of your reflection. And you don't need a mirror to look in all the time to see it. Because therein lies your control. It's in the assessment of what you see when you get the opportunity to reflect in a mirror. Do you see someone you know who is very comfortable in their skin? Or do you see someone who's still working on themselves? Both are perfectly wonderful. And I know both are both apply to you, someone out there. That's the thing about this card reading. You see things in the cards I won't see. You note how it pertains to you, and give me what you found in the comments. Oh my goodness, I'm going to sneeze. Chew. Sorry, I couldn't pause it quick enough. I'm sorry. If you're listening on headphones, I hope that didn't blow out your brain through your ears. I tried really hard. I've tried to suppress it. It hurts though. Anyway, obviously when you look at this, we've got this natural urge to want to protect ourselves. We're ready to fight at the drop of a hat. We need to be kind of more relaxed, because when you're in this state, it's kind of a hysterical state actually. It's harder to see the details and the clarity of what you need, unless you're the planner of the army. You know, the artillery, they need to see their target to be true. And you're all worried about where the light is coming from, and is things going to be okay in this full moon, or will it be at the new moon? When you need to be paying attention to the fact that time is going by and there's change in the air. See this back here? This is the way it was. And we need a clarity of how it was to make sure that we shatter this part of our egos. We're looking in a mirror, and our appearance, our reputation matters so deeply to us. You know, it matters to ourselves more than it does to other people. Stop thinking about what other people think of you. Does it really matter? Does it change your life one way or the other? Change is coming anyway. Most definitely. So go to sea, relax. The way you know you can relax going to sea is because the universe is scrubbing your back. It's got your back in this tub where you're pointed to the future and look, learning from the past. You understand you're a part of the sea you're traveling on. So even if your boat capsizes, you're a part of the sea you are traveling on. Obviously, we've got a chakra that is, ouch. Gotta move my legs. Obviously, we've got a chakra that's out of balance. And these cards sometimes don't give a true... Oh, yes, they do. Hush, Katie. Just read it. Let's see, what is the chakra we need to work on? Crown chakra, specifically in the trust area. Let me tell you, actually, according to the book, this is considered a blue card, not a purple card. So that's a part of your throat chakra. It's a signal to honor the preciousness of this transitional time. Pay attention to the details. You need that clarity to get through this. This card has to do with crossing some sort of threshold. They ask you to surrender This card asks you to surrender to the flow of the current, to foster a deep sense of trust within yourself, to accept that, as with all things in life, your current situation will change. You've got to know that. Nothing stays the same. Don't get so comfortable in what you have or what you think you're fighting for, because that's going to change. We got the trust card. This card's assigned to start trusting yourself. You know, it's funny. I mentioned listening to Sheila and Lena a while ago, and they were both talking about guru hopping. Do you do that? Do you go from card reader to card reader all day long, asking the same questions about politics or maybe your personal life, hoping to get that one answer you really want to hear instead of getting the answer you're supposed to hear? You need to trust that we often seek advice from sources and people that we trust. The reality is, though, that most of the time, deep down inside, you know what you need to do. Have the confidence to trust in yourself and your own sense of self-governance. Ultimately, you can make your own decisions. The word governance is really, really important. Self-governance, oh my goodness. Yeah, you have a government. You have boundaries. You have, well, not everybody. Most of us have standards we won't cross. This card is telling us we have to start trusting that we can do that. So it was appropriate that the azurite was on this card, because that's the best card for you to carry to help bring this into balance. It's our trust. So, since we're having trust issues, I would classify that as an obstacle. So now it's time to go into the valleys. And the reason the valley is about Gaia and the earth is because that is where the flow cuts into her, the earth. Okay? Sometimes you can go around it. Sometimes you just gotta get in it and swim. If there's a creek or a river in the valley. So Gaia, what's your message for us, please? Wow. I don't see a lot of spirals and symbols of time in that picture, in that card. I heard loud and clear, she said, be prepared for more drought. She's still going to be heating up. Even if you completely change so that you have a very, very, very tiny carbon footprint, that your effect of walking and standing here and breathing this air, drinking the water, coexisting. Coexisting will become easier as there's fewer and fewer of us. This is a part of the shift. She's not eliminating us. This is just the natural way of things. This is a natural way of evolution. This card is actually a card of mastery and accomplishment. It's a card of action. What can you do to survive a drought? Now, this is in your opinion, what drought of what? Is this nature's drought? Do you have your emergency supplies ready? Something tells me this energy coming in, this change that's coming in, that's going to be sublimating our egos. It's going to be really strong. It's going to make us feel like we're alone and in a drought. But like these sand dunes, there's many of us all together trying to get out of the valley and make our way up to the mountains where the air is cooler and the water is refreshing, and that there's water. But right now, Gaia's telling you to be prepared. Climate is going to change a great deal this summer, fall, and winter. Be ready. If you don't have backup emergency supplies, and it's not saying prep for years of living alone in a box sealed away from the world, but extra water, batteries, maybe a generator, freeze-dried food that doesn't spoil. A source of heat. You might need to think about getting those kind of things together. I think it's going to be needed. My goodness, I don't want to be the bringer of doom and gloom, but wow. Wow. What's happening is her crust is fluid. It moves. It's a part of flow. It's where the Earth's internal energy comes from, is the flow of things on the surface. And when that flow gets disrupted, the reaction is the flow from beneath the earth makes its way to the surface, as well as igniting the cosmos because of its imbalance. This causes the Earth's crust to shift, to move. The poles are moving. They have been your whole life, so don't be scared. And they're going to keep moving. It's what they do. They've done it before. This card is just telling you there's times could be really hard in the very near future. And it's an injury to Gaia that as she heals, just like when you have a virus or a cold, sometimes you run a fever. So the sun heats her up. And that's how she works. Your body, very similar to how the earth actually works. If you keep that in mind every time you toss something out a window, even if it's tiny, tiny and small, would you do that in your house? Would you do that in your hair? If you're a man and have a beard, would you do that in your beard? Walk around with bits of trash around in your beard? That's what you're doing to your mother. That's what you're doing to this earth. When you are not conscious of your effect on her. So she's just asking us to wake up. Because if you don't wake up, your guilt will far outweigh the feather when you are talking to Ma'at about fairness. Fairness is in the clarity of the details, not in the opinions and the questions, but in the details. And the details only. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. My goodness. Spirit has got messages for us from the angels and ancestors. They're like screaming at me. There's 2 cards there. So let's check them out. What are you trying to tell us? First card. Oh, I love her. We get her a lot, which is good. She's just reminding us. You have magic in you. Everything you need, everything you want, all the change that is necessary to bring about survival, balance, harmony, and fairness, let alone recognizing, acknowledging, and living in unconditional love. It's all in the palm of your hand. All you have to do is want to unlock it. Ask for it to be unlocked so you can find that magic that's burning like a fire inside of you. It's okay. There's a guardian that watches over that. She won't let you go too far. She won't let you go too much. Isn't she beautiful? Look at the light that backs her up. That is the source behind her. All the ivy behind her. You know how invasive ivy is? That shows you how determined life is to grow and become whole and to propagate and spread and thrive. You have control of that in the palm of your hand. But you have to have the desire to want to do that. And you have to hold all those things sacred. That's the key. That's the key. We're running out of room on this table, folks. The second card that we get from the angels and ancestors. Oh, thank you. I was just talking about this. This makes me want to cry. We get the broken arrow. You guys, embrace the power and the energy of peace and being peaceful with one another. Wow. No matter what direction you look, in the past, in the future, being aware that peace is what we're striving for, and that it takes strength in self and in knowing in the magic of yourself to be able to break the aggression and break that arrow instead of shooting that arrow and being prepared with it in your quiver. My goodness. Gotta stop and think about that for a second. Thank you, angels and ancestors. You blow my mind every time I use those cards. Kyle Gray, your connection is amazing. See if my connection is any good with the cards I have over here. This is our message from Spirit to us. Very basic, very simple. First thing we turn over is the bottom card. Yeah. It's not magic. Over here, Guardian of Magic. You have magic in the palm of your hand. Whatever you want to do you want to channel? Do you want to do remote viewing, which is a form of channeling? Do you want to help the dead? Do you want to help the living? Do you want to read cards? Do you want to be a medium? What do you want to do? Do you want to be a painter? Do you want to be an alchemist? It's all in your magic. That magic within you. All in universal magic. So these cards that go with the magic card. First one is our action to do. To understand our magic, we need to connect with our spirit animals. If you do not know, everyone has a wild part of them that is connected to an animal in the world out there. And actually, you have many. It depends. Your spirit animal really does depend on the situation that you're in. Are you in danger? Then your spirit animal might be something prickly, like a porcupine, to keep that danger away from you. Or it might be something like a bear and slap that danger silly. Or it could be the panther or the jaguar, black jaguar. The black panther is in the shadows. Cross it in the shadows, stumble on it in the shadows, and all you get are fangs and teeth. And down here you see the snake. Mess with that guy, you just swallow you whole. Just squeeze the life out of you and swallow you whole. And this little dude will slowly eat you away. But if that's your spirit animal, you can survive on anything. You can fit in any space for shelter, darn near. I can go on and on about the different animals in the card. It's not necessary. There's a lot more than just these animals shown in the card as far as animal spirits go. So, if you have a favorite person that you like to go to for spiritual help, talk to them. See if they can help you connect to your spirit animal and how to work with your spirit animal, because you do have a main one. Mine both are on here. I have two. You have one that is good and one that is in the shadows, very connected to your ego and fight or flight. This is my spirit animal, the black jaguar. This is my shadow spirit animal, my shadow totem. It's the anaconda. Anaconda, you don't even know they're there unless you step in the water and you step on one, and then your lunch. He squeezes the life out of you and swallows you whole. Yeah. You, a human. Shoot, they'll swallow a full-grown cow. So, anyway, that doesn't mean I'm a mean person or a bad person. It just means I have a lot of protection. Sorry, I had to stop and pause so I could cough. I have a morning smoothie drink that I drink that's got all the everything you need for a complete meal. And it's the first thing I put in my stomach, but it has little particles, and they were getting in my voice box and making me cough. So I needed a drink of just plain old water. Okay, let's see the next thing. Talk. Your magic, connect. How do you ignite that magic? How do you get it going? How do you connect with it? First thing you need to do, discover your spirit animal. Connect with your spirit animal. Oh, yes, and understand that all great things take time. Don't rush. Don't rush. Please slow the down. Slow the heck down. Because, you know, we're working on, here we go, look at, we have that bolt of lightning coming in over here. It's in here. Change is here. Change is coming in. We've been working on this change for a really long time. So it's time to start slowing down. Don't push so hard. Maybe it's, you know, it's time to just kind of let things happen. Maybe just it's not a race. It's a journey, not a race. You rush past and through things, you're going to have to repeat it because you didn't learn what you needed to learn because you didn't have clarity in the details because you were in a hurry. You pushed past it. So, slow down. Connect with your spirit animal and ignite new magic. Because all those things that you're worried about, that argument you had with your partner, your boss, your neighbor, maybe it was over politics, maybe not. Stop and think about it. How long is that going to affect you? That thing that set you off in the argument, to even have the argument, how long is that going to affect you? Because basically, I'm going to tell you right now, unless it causes you to maybe lose your life and limb, folks, stop worrying. None of it really matters that much. Slow down. Come from an embrace of the energy of peace. Go to the sea. Immerse yourself in what you are. You are a minute, small drop of water in an endless sea. So what is your ego telling you? You're so flippin' important. You and your rights. Yeah. It's interesting because, you know, we had in the first row, it's a vanishing mirror. This is telling you right now to understand that none of it really matters. You do have to do some mirror work before this mirror gets smashed. And your ego becomes subliminally limited. Words are hard sometimes. Anyway, you need to do your mirror work. You need to look deep inside yourself. The only way you get to know yourself is to look at you. I think you'll find it, you're pretty fantastic on the inside. You really are. You really and truly are. So, after all of this, we got some good news, we got some bad news, we definitely got something big earth-wise coming our way. And it's connected to our aggression. To survive it, we have to pay attention with total clarity to the details. We have to go and become one with the collective, because that is the sea, that is the energy of flow. So that we can make that mirror of self not be so strong. Shatter part of it. Look, there's even a lightning bolt in this card. Oh, you can't see it. Ah, looky there, in her mirror. So, yeah. Shatter what is familiar to you is a scary, scary thought. Understand. So many things are here to protect you. You have the magic guardian, you have your spirit animal, you have you, your higher self, you have the collective, you have the universe. So don't be afraid to look at what's hard and take care of it. And don't let the little things upset you. Even the little things that you build up into big things, because none of it really matters. So what do we have to send us on our way today? That card won't work. Let's pull a therapist card. We get this card a lot, and I love it because it is the truth. You guys, your weirdness makes you wonderful. Don't be afraid of reaching out, soaring. Wow, I didn't even need any clarifier cards today. It all came easy today. Your weirdness is what's going to bring in that embrace. The embracing of the energy of peace. It's our differences, our diversity. That's something to be celebrated. Not to worry. You are part of something much bigger. So when that shaft of energy, like these bolts of lightning that are in all these cards, I mean, like here, what that is this shaft of energy. You don't have to be fast about it. You can be as slow as a sloth. Just when it comes by, be ready to grab onto a part of it. Because as you do, you're going to transform as the alchemist and magician that you truly are. Well, I thank you for joining me today. It's another long one. A lot of messages here. Bless you. Be kind to one another, please. I preach kindness so hard because that's the truest path to unconditional love. So be kind to yourself, kind to other people around you, and other living things. Everything that is alive is sacred and deserves your honor, your respect, and the offer of your integrity. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.